Hello everybody, this is Serpent, and welcome back. Oh, can I not do this? Really? Darn it. I want to take the Essentia out without making an alembic. Because I need that. Anyway, hello everybody, and whatever, welcome back to another episode in the modded Let's Play. In the last episode, we were doing some Thaumcraft, and I have progressed a lot since the last time we did that. And I have made foci. They're so cool. This system, I'll show it to you in a minute because I want to modify these things. But for the moment, I'm just going to allow you to revel in their glorious amazingness. Revel away. Okay, so I'll just start with a simple one. Touch fire. That's what I've named it because it uses, well, okay, I'll explain the names in just a moment. That sort of gets into the stuff that I want to explain later. So, right click and whoosh. Nice. Already pretty cool. Let's test it out on this guy. he was already damaged. It kills in a few hits, maybe 3 or so. And also you can, oh, never mind, you can't. It used to be that you could right click on the ground and it would light a fire. So from there, let's see, I went and I tried ranged ice because I just unlocked the projectile aspect. And what this does is it shoots a glowy orb and whenever it hits something, the glowy orb will cause damage to the thing and slow it. And I think after that I moved on to self-air. Now, before this I did just not self-air, enemy air, but that wasn't really all that great. It just blew them back a little. And what this does is jump, right click. It gives you a boost. Not big enough to get on from here, I guess, but a pretty big boost. It also damages you though. Which brings me on to this one, which you right click and it heals you. And then there's also this one, which is a sort of magic-y bolt. I unlocked bolt, and it does magic, and it also splits into 3 targets. It's hard to see, but, or actually it's, yeah, see, a bunch of bolts. But actually it's four targets, actually. And then there's also this one, which I've done last, and it is basically the wand of equal trade. I don't really have much to show it to you with, but actually I'll just go over here and do this. This one doesn't look like it's wanting to stay around. So I can replace stuff with whatever I right click with. So that's pretty cool. Now I also want to show you how that happens, because that's the really really neat part, the making of the spells. Go away. Yeah, so I'll show you that in just a moment. I'm getting some iron right now. So take a look at this. Now I want to change my frost thingy to split into different parts. So I'm going to take my focus pouch and the ranged ice one, and I'll put it into the focal manipulator. So this is basically just taking this and just starting over from scratch. You can't edit something that's already done. And my iron's done. Speaking of things that are done. So let me show you. If I want it to be called split ice. So here's how it works. This thing represents you, the caster, and then this is a trajectory. So with the trajectory, you can insert a something, a medium, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. There is something called a medium, but I haven't gotten the terminology right quite down. but you can basically use a mode, I suppose. Right now I have bolt, plan, projectile, touch, and yeah, those four. So with this one, we want it to be projectile, I think. Yeah. No, I think we want it to be touch, sorry. Since we want to do it just to the ones in front of us. Maybe. Sure, we'll do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we get it wrong, because I can just re-edit. So anyway, that's our mode. So instead of ranged ice, we will call it touch ice. And that's what I've been doing with the naming system. And then after the touch, we want to choose frost, and now we can choose a duration and a power. So we want to bump up power as high as we can, and similarly duration. But we can't go past this level of complexity. So that's our simple spell, and it will require these two crystals to craft, Aversio and Gellum. So let's grab a couple of those. I'm sure I have some. I ought to. I've been, well, only one, but yeah, I've been crafting crystals willy-nilly, so ought to. Then you click craft, and bada bing, bada boom, touch ice. So now instead of shooting a projectile, this one will do the little cloud thing. So if we want to get a little bit more advanced, then we can take our fire one, since I also want to change this one, and pop it in, and let's say split fire. So we're going to take this one, and we're going to choose scatter. So this will scatter our target from the one into however many we want, from the one projectile to however many we want. And then we can choose projectile, and after that we can choose fire. Let's see, fire. Yep. And then as we're doing that, our complexity is gradually going up, but we can still bump up power a little, I think. Yep. Power to 4. Yeah, we might as well just do this. Okay, so then we need Motus and Ignis. I think I have both of those too. Ignis and Motus. Nice. And then we just hit craft. And it'll take Vis and experience as we're doing this. So the Vis is something that's stored in the area, I think. And oh, I just forgot something. But yeah, the Vis is stored in the area, so if we use up too much of the Vis, something bad happens. I haven't found out what yet. But anyway, let's test this out. So you can see it splits into 2. Now, I was sort of hoping for a more impressive split, so let's put this back in here and redo it, because I did that wrong. I forgot that when you're selecting scatter, you can click on it and select trajectory forks, the amount of different ones of these that you have. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can have 8 different forks, and then I sort of want this to be a spraying thing. So I'm going to have a 60-degree angle of spraying, of deviation, spread, and I've just ruined it. Yeah, so that 8, and then turn this up to 60, and then I shall select this and projectile, then fire, projectile speed. Oh, I have well exceeded the thing there. So I can also edit the projectile speed, and this I imagine will. Oh, okay. So I can choose this one and it won't increase it at all. Nice. So I'll bump it up to 2, and then any more and we'll have to chop something else off. So over here on the fire one, I want to bump up power a little. I suppose 2, and then no, let's just not. That way I can keep the loads and loads of forks, which is going to be cool. Okay, so that's I think all we want there, and we're going to need a modus and an ignis again because we wasted the other ones foolishly. There we go, and hit craft. Nice. Okay, let's see what this one gets us. I shall equip it. Split fire, nice. And up here in the corner is a bar right next to the thingy. That's our number. That's the amount of vis in the area. Yeah, that looks cool. Let's try it on a zombie. I hear one down here. Ah, zombie villager. Anyway. So yeah, I basically can't miss with this thing now. Okay, I can miss, but only because of its spread. So yeah, that's a sort of take out a large area attack now. But that's the crafting system. I just thought I'd go into that a little bit before we started on the rest of today's episode. And I think that's about that. It's a really neat addition to the Thaumcraft world. A neat change. I'm very pleased with it. Okay, so for this focus that I've put together here, I need a vidium crystal, which is taint. And taint is unachievable unless you have a taint biome or you find some tainted stuff or something. and the thing, sorry, I was thinking about something else that I read in here. I don't remember quite what though. Something about leaving behind taint for a while or something. So maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, this. Let's see. The field will eventually fade, even if it will leave a lasting mark on the world in the form of a corrupting field of energy. That might be taint. However, what I'm going to do is a little bit more dangerous. I am going to toss as many things as I can into this crucible and then empty it. Now, if you don't know about Thaumcraft, that's a really stupid idea. Oh, it's overflowing. That's a good sign. Sort of. Oh, I might have just crashed it. That's not a good sign. Whoops. Nope. Okay, let's empty it now. Darn it. Huh. Oh, yes. Okay, this might not seem like a good idea. And it isn't. It's not good. Ow, ow, ow. Except it is good because that tubular worm thing drops taint. Yeah. Take that, game. I found this out when I was doing something similarly dangerous. Okay, I'm going to run in and maybe die. Maybe not. Come on. Oh, is it not even taking any damage from this? Ah. Let's see. Oh. Ah, I probably killed my cow or something. I actually don't have very many spells to work against taint things, I guess. Okay, come on, die. Thank you. He gave it to me. Nice. Also, I might be able to pick this stuff up. No, that's too bad. What about if I... nah. See, the thing I just broke it with has silk touch, which is what I was hoping would do something, but no. Okay, so let's try and shoot it. When in doubt, shoot it. I don't think this works though. I seem to remember it not working. So maybe it has to be... Oh, no, I think that did work. Yeah, good, it did. I have little bugs flying around now, but I guess that's exactly what I wanted, since they dropped the taint crystals. Nice. I'm going to try and silk touch that again. Nope. Darn it. Oh, there's another one. Stay away from Azenor. Yeah. Aw, he didn't drop it. This guy did though. Anyway, that's how I got taint. Oh, it's a little tainticle. So cute. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, that's a lot of taint. I think it might spread too. Oh goodness, that's a lot of things. Okay, maybe it's time to time to get the help of Flitzy. Although I doubt he'll do anything. He never does. Do you, Flitzy? Go here. He's doing a little something. Let's get rid of that. Not really though. Let's see. He's got some health left. Peek. This had better not be a world-breaking thing. Just saying. The taint. Because if it is, that's rather unfortunate. I'll have to load a backup or something. I don't think it should be though. Okay, I'll try and take these things out. And Flit is actually helping, which is very odd. Note to self, next time not quite so much cobblestone. Yep, I think that's spreading. And I'm out of torches. Humph. So, after that rather catastrophic event, I suppose, that was a lot more effective than I would have hoped. I don't think I'll be doing that again. Not least because I've got more than enough taint to last me a lifetime. So since that was such a catastrophe, I thought I would show you just what I generally do to avoid that, so that you can also follow suit if you end up doing Thaumcraft. So whenever I craft anything at all, I clean up the rest of the leftover vis that is left over from all the stuff that I didn't end up using. Like if I wanted to make a wand focus, then there'd be a whole bunch of stuff from the crafting table here that isn't used, since I only need Aurum and whatever the wand thing is, Precantatia. There's a whole lot of stuff left over, so I clean that up by just when I've finished, I toss crystals into the liquid, and I do that until it's basically until the water doesn't run out and the crystals also don't run out. So that way I'm absolutely sure that there is only at most one vis from each type of thing still in the bowl. So that way I'm pretty sure it can't do what it just did, because we've already cleaned up all the extra vis. However, we do now have our whatever this stuff is, and we can use Aversio, Vinculum, and Vidium, and we shall now finally be able to make our trap thingy, our trap focus, the mine that we've been waiting for so long to make. 3 whole crystals. and see. Okay, let's equip mine. And I want to see what this will do. Except I probably won't be able to. We have some cleaning up to do here. I probably won't be able to because I need a hostile target. I set it to be hostile only, or affect only hostile things. Maybe we'll find some hostile things over here. I think there's a dark spot. Ha, creeper. Okay, so we shall place a mine there. And when we lure this guy over, oi, get lured. If he steps on the mine, I would assume it blows up, since it's a mine. Nice. Not exactly excessively damaging, but I can create a little field and drag them over it, I suppose. Oh wait, maybe I can only do one. I don't know. Either way, it's pretty cool. So, I know I said I would do other stuff in this episode, but after that Ep6-Catastrophe, or Catastrophe actually, it's a little bit, we're a little bit short on time. In fact, we're very short on time. So I'm going to try and just cut a little bit of that out so that we can fit something else in. And I'm going to just set my sights low a little and make for a fruit tree pasture, fruit tree field, an orchard. That's it. That's the word. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. Now, it shouldn't take too long because that's why I'm choosing it. So it probably won't look too fabulous. But it should be pretty useful because all I have space for right now is just those 4 trees, and I need more space. I need more of that. So we're going to have to fix that a little. Oh, huh? What? Oi! Is this guy invincible? No. Huh. Interesting. I wonder why my focus doesn't work. Maybe in splitting the target like that, I weakened it so much that neither of them does any damage. That would be kind of pathetic. What I tried to do there is make a focus that splits into 2 different targets, and then basically just one is fire, one is ice. Let's see, so it's touch, split trajectory, touch, fire, touch, air. Yeah. So, I guess let's see what split does. Split. Effect multiplier times 0.75. So that does lower the power, but only a little bit. I would have thought it wouldn't have done that much, wouldn't have made that much of a problem, but oh well. So, I was thinking over there would be good, on top of that little rise. I was also thinking where I ended up landing right there would also be good, but I think it would be a little bit less so. This air thing is pretty cool. Oh no, okay. I have an idea though, with the focus, the air focus that we have there. I don't want to do it this episode. We've been doing too much Thaumcraft this episode, but still, it should be pretty cool when I get around to doing it. Alright, so I've just put up a little fence. It's nothing too fancy or anything, but it should work for what we want it to do, which is just hold a bunch of trees. So what I'm doing right now is setting out a couple spots for the trees, Oops, that's a little off. And I will eventually replace all of those with trees. Maybe another one here. I don't know. I think it might be nice to have a path through the middle, but that would mean that we only get 6 trees. So I don't know. Well, 7, I guess. Still, let's see. How many fruits are there in Pam's Harvest Craft? Pam's. Let's see. Maybe it'll be hard to find them all, but they might all be grouped up together. That'd be nice. Yeah, good. Okay, there are a lot more than 6 types. Whoops. So this is not going to be big enough whatsoever. Maybe it'll be big enough for what we need it to do now, though. So I'll just keep it. After all, we don't have enough time in this episode to do anything else. So hopefully you... no. Let's put the trees in at least. I'll do that. Aha! I have 6 more saplings onto the one we already have in there, making 7. Okay, let's see if I can get up here. It can be tricky sometimes, or rather, sometimes you can hit a tree and then fall off the edge. Okay, so let's take this one. I already had an apple sapling, so I'm not using that one. And that, and banana can go here, and walnut can go here. What's this? Coconut, nice, and persimmon. Okay, and I also brought along some fertilizer so we can make them grow. Very nice, very nice. Banana sapling might be a slightly overhung. Whoa. Some of these don't really want to grow. That's worrying. Okay. Well, we have some trees. I'll settle for that. We have some trees. Apple and avocado, walnut, coconut, and persimmon. Those are all things that I didn't have before, so those are all good. But unfortunately, that's about all the time I have for today. Unfortunately, that flux stuff, that taint, did suck up a lot of time in the video. Maybe I shouldn't have tried doing a little bit of Thaumcraft. Apparently, it sucks you in and makes the whole episode a Thaumcraft episode. Anyway, overlooking that, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.